Hello, my friends. Again, this is Dr. Adli Abouzeedan in a new episode from the PSAM TV International, which is the YouTube channel for our PSMA network. And the language I'm using in this channel is the English language. There are already another channel which is called PSMA TV Arabic, where I talk in Arabic, and we'll be launching soon PSAM TV Swedish, where I'm using Swedish language, and as the needs calls, we will be opening another channels depending on the needs of the members and the availability of people who can help us in producing these episodes. I talked about I will continue talking about our 5 pillars or 5 core values. I talked about humanism, I talked about morality, I talked about purity. This episode is about unity, and unity and humanism is connected somehow. And by unity, we mean that we are, as human beings, we are connected to the same father and mother. So we are true brothers and sisters, not only in the abstract meaning, but in reality. We are coming from the same father and mother, because all of the humanity really had a common father and mother, which are called Adam and Eve. And it's amazing that in all religious traditions, whether the great religions of Islam, Christianity, Jewish religion, Hinduism, Buddhism, all religious thinking, even in older classical religious thinking, like in Greece time and within the Roman religious thinking, that saga exists in all of them. And if you go to the most primitive tribes in the world and the most primitive religions in the world, you will find always versions of this fact. And the early or the first human family, you will find it in all these religions. And even non-religious thinking, if you are believer in the Darwinian explanation of the way humanity has been established on the planet Earth, you will know that there were a number of, according to the development theory, or human development theory, we are coming from the apes, the race of the apes, and at certain stage in our development, we moved from being ape-like to being into our human nature, and there were a couple of races which are humanoids or human, or creatures between the apes and the modern human, or apes which have developed some human character, and all these human-like races disappeared, and the humanoid creature, which is called Homo sapiens, developed to populate the planet Earth. But even as Homo sapiens, there were this first Homo sapien family, which out of its offspring, we we came to life. So both the religious and the non-religious thinking talks about first family, common ancestors, and that even proved because our DNA as a human is very we are we is a copy of each other, and the differences are so minute. Uh, so we are truly true brothers and sisters, and uh, that really pushes us to understand that we are one family, and we truly is one family, and which means that we really need to treat with each other like true brothers and sisters. We need to treat each other with true love and true appreciation, and really care about each other as true brothers and sisters. So when we talk about brotherhood and sisterhood in general, we really mean that in a literal sense, in the meaning of the word. We are truly brothers and sisters. It's not an abstract idea. It's not a just narrative thinking. It is a reality that we are truly brothers and sisters, and that our DNA is the same. And as brothers and sisters, our future is very much connected and hooked. Uh, and that thinking that we really truly brothers and sisters, put on us huge responsibilities of caring about each other, of really avoiding as much as possible conflicts, of thinking of our common future as a whole, of appreciating each other and appreciating our diversity, because it, it's a superficial diversity. Diversity in colors and color of the skin and color of the eye and color of the hair are very minute differences in our DNA structure, but they're very, very minute. And just to prove that, if you take any woman from the human race, Homo sapiens, I mean, and any man from the human race, uh, they are able to produce healthy children if they made it, regardless of their backgrounds. I mean, the physical background. When a white man get married or mate with a black lady or black female, you have a child which has part of his physical appearance is from the male and part of his physical appearance from the female. And if you reverse that, if a white woman married a black man, their children will be beautiful combination of both. Uh, so the differences between us as a humans are really so minute, and we are truly brothers and sisters, and it's not only an abstract meaning, it is a reality. Every human being on this earth is my brother and sisters. The Americans are my brothers and sisters. The Arabs are my brothers and sisters. The Israelis are my brothers and sisters. The Russians are my brothers and sisters. The Chinese are my brothers and sisters. We are all really coming from the same father and mother. And it's amazing, and it's really strange that regardless of that, or despite of the true connection between us as brothers and sisters, we fight and we kill each other for nothing. Truly nothing. I really don't believe that there is a single cause in this world. I don't believe that there is a single cause in this world which really legitimize or legalize a conflict or a war. If we are truly brothers and sisters, then we are able to solve our problems and our differences. And there is space for everyone. There is a place for everyone. There are enough resources for everyone in this life. The problem is the problem of distribution. The problem is that some of us want everything for themselves, while we have others who doesn't have nothing, or they do have nothing. But that's not the way brothers and sisters should treat each other. In a normal situation, brothers and sisters treat treat others with true love, and they want them to live as they live. The lack of this feeling, brotherhood and sisterhood, among the human race is really the cause behind all these wars and all this suffering. If we really just paused back and looked at this idea of true brotherhood and sisterhood in this universe and among the members of our race, a lot of our problems will disappear. If a Palestinian doesn't feel that an Israeli is truly his brother or sister, and if the Israeli doesn't feel that a Palestinian is truly his brother and sister, there will never be peace in the Middle East. If an American doesn't feel that a Chinese is his true brother and sister, and a Chinese doesn't have the feeling that an American is truly his brother and sister, the potential for conflict, military conflict between the two superpowers will never get away. If a Catholic doesn't feel that a Protestant is a true brother or sister for him, and if a Protestant doesn't feel that a Catholic is a true brother and sister for him, the antagonism between the two groups will never go. If Muslims doesn't see Christians as their brothers and sisters, and Jews as their brothers and sisters, and if Jews doesn't see Christians and Muslims as their brothers and sisters, we will never live in peaceful world. So it is important to all the time remind ourselves of this fact and act in our life accordingly, and then we will see that there is nothing in this world really legitimize any use of violence against anybody. If a person kills another human being, and when he is doing that, he remembers that the person he's killing is his true brother or his true sister, maybe we'll have less rate of crime in the world. This is very important. Remembering this fact is very important in life. And by placing this as our fourth pillar of conviction within the PSMA movement, we really reflect on our deep conviction that reminding ourselves of the universal brotherhood that combines us and the universal sisterhood that combines us is very important if we want the humanity to go forward in its progress. It is very essential to remind ourselves of that, and it is very essential to live that day and night, and it is very essential to act and proceed in life in accordance with this. And it is important that we should not let anybody comes between us and our brothers and sisters. We should be careful from any political propaganda that want to alienate us from each other. And we should tell any political person or political figure who calls for wars and conflicts that we are true brothers and sisters, and we're not going to let you distort our relationships together. This is very important. This concept is very important for preserving peace on this planet and for really solving any conflict. This is the first point from which everything else can be built on. If we don't feel that toward each other, then solving conflicts will be impossible, and avoiding wars will be an impossibility. And we as Ilahins, we as a member of the PSMA network, We work very hard to remind ourselves with this, and all the texts I wrote about this pillar is focused on that, on reminding ourselves of that the true brotherhood and sisterhood that combine our life and extend over our whole existence, and we should act out of that. We should really act out of this conviction that every human being on this earth is my own brother, and every human being, female human being on this planet is my sister. With that, I think I do not need to say more about it. I finish this episode again and greet you with love and peace. This is Dr. Adli Abouzeedan greeting you from Sweden.